This time, they almost look like watercolors.
It was beautiful. Have you been seeing the sunsets here too?
No, I've been asleep.
Oh, well, if you ever stay
get
up
up at
long
1
enough,
a.m..
Craig, the sun sets now at like 4 o'clock.
I know, but I turn into a pumpkin at 4.
I understand.
I got to get rest for this show.
He needs to get his beauty sleep. I get it, I get it. Okay, well, let's focus now on what we're going to be dealing with in the coming hours in the Northeast, because like we just said, we are going to be watching for more of that rain. It's going to be on the heavier side of things once we get into, look at here, 10 o'clock this evening. So it's going to be the late night hours.
Yeah.
Folks are out to dinner, trying to enjoy the weekend. You're not really thinking about the weather at that time, but probably want to pack the umbrellas if you are going to be out.
And look at the warm front. The warm front itself is going to help to lift some warmer temperatures up, and that will also help fuel some of these storms. So temperatures aren't going to be that cold ahead of the front. Behind it, it's a different story. So if you're feeling that it's into the 60s, you look at your Fox weather app, that's part of that warm front that's lifting that moisture up before that cold front sweeps through right on its heels.
Well, take a look at this there, Craig.
Also on its heels.
Some snow. That low pressure system's rolling on through. We're going to get some lake effect snow potentially into Michigan and Ohio. But again, another shot of some cooler rain rolling on into the Northeast. This will be moving into your Sunday afternoon and on and off throughout the day on Sunday before that nice blast of cooler air comes through. But, you know, it's going to be kind of a gloomier next few days for some folks, especially into the Northeast. Again, Sundays when we're going to watch for more of that rain rolling on in. It'll be on the lighter side, but may even be mixing in with a couple of flurries there.
I'm telling you what, when you're looking at that, and it does look widespread, but you will be dealing with cold temperatures. You'll be dealing with some snow coming down. That's going to slow you down on the roads. That's going to slow you down at the airports. We just talked about de-icing, and that's going to be one of those potential spots.
Yeah.
Come Saturday night, Sunday morning, Monday it extends to the Northeast. On the map, you'll see New York City. We talked about the southerly flow today, right? That's going to get us to the mid-60s, but that's also the dew points coming up, adding to the moisture that gives us the squeezing of that moisture in the atmosphere.
Yes.
It gives us the rain.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say for tonight if you're out late and about in the city.
Right, exactly. So the rain is going to be out there tomorrow, or tonight, not tomorrow, not so much tomorrow in New York City, and then again on Sunday. Looking into Michigan, though, hey now, look at those temperatures. We're going to get nice and cool, potentially seeing some of that snow here, Craig.
Yeah, no kidding. And when you talk about the snow, a lot of the Great Lakes regions and cities off of there will be dealing with snow. Let's talk about this, because as we get into the big pattern here, we've got the snowy side of things. The Northeast, the Great Lakes getting ready for this. That area of low pressure we're watching moving across the Midwest and the Great Lakes taps into some very cold air coming in from Canada. The position and the timing of the low is everything. As we look at Monday morning, the area of low pressure is just off of portions of New England, right? So you think about the counterclockwise rotation in the northern hemisphere. Where does that add up? And you're looking at the temperature and the winds at 5,000 feet, so about a mile up in the atmosphere. Those winds will be coming right off of Lake Superior and Lake Michigan. And with that type of fetch coming in from the north at this time, you're likely to see some accumulating snow just over portions of, say, South Bend, outside of Chicago, because the wind is coming over some very warm lakes. In fact, they're above average for this time of year. It's still early in the season, so we don't have time for those to freeze over. Having said that, when you look at the fetch, here's another direction. The wind direction is everything based on where that area of low pressure is, and you can see why we're going to see some totals on the south and southeastern portions of the Great Lakes come Monday morning. Plan on some delays, probably de-icing. Then we move ahead beyond that. The winds change direction as that area of low pressure moves to the east. And having said that, now the winds come in from the northwest. So now you're dealing in Michigan over central and northern Michigan. Notice before we were talking about here because the wind was doing this, right? Well, now with the wind coming in out of the northwest, now you're dealing with more of the fetch, a shorter fetch of wind coming over Lake Michigan. So now the lake effect goes over Lake Michigan, it goes over Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, and that's when we start to add more to the totals there. Potentially up to 12 inches of fresh snow. Tuesday, we'll watch to see the last of this coming through. The lake effect, when it's said and done, widespread, probably 3 to 5 inches of rain, snow rather. We need this. We haven't had a whole lot of snow across the northern tier. In fact, first measurable snow that we've seen so far, when you take a look at Watertown, November 13th, Grand Rapids, November 8th. So we're due. We're ready for it. And here's a look at the snow forecast. And again, wind direction and timing is everything. But, Ben, I'll tell you what, With that wind coming in out of the northwest, we start to add up across the eastern or the western shores of Michigan, rather. And then look at this. Places like the Tug Hill Plateau, you're going to be dealing with some heavy snow. That's where we can see up to 12 inches of fresh snow.
Wow. Okay, snow lovers, you are in luck.